Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 227. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is the final episode before the Fastlane pay-per-view. I just want to announce here in this video, tomorrow night during Fastlane, I'm actually doing a live stream where I will be reacting to the show live, so don't miss that. But no promoting stuff in the beginning of this video. Let's go ahead and jump right in to this juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. The first news story, so the first and actually only news story I have in this episode, because we have a lot of rumors to talk about today. The first and only the first and only news story for this episode is about the WrestleMania 36 press conference. So if you don't know, WrestleMania 36 is actually going to be in Tampa, Florida. They had a press conference like they do for every WrestleMania. And basically the people like who aren't necessarily a part of WWE, like people from Tampa representing things in Tampa or stuff like that, they basically, WWE, they actually handed those people a list of banned words they didn't want them to say during the press conference. So the list of banned words, now this isn't the entire list, I'm sure the list is quite long, but this is just a few of the words that were actually banned from being said at the press conference. So, you are not allowed to say the word pro wrestler, of course. You're not allowed to say the word pro wrestler, pro wrestling, or even wrestling in general, I guess. Pro wrestling was one, pro wrestler was one, diva, not allowed to say diva anymore. Not allowed to say belt, you have to say championship title. You can't say belt. And actually something interesting, that the word that was banned, well, a phrase that was banned, is World Wrestling Entertainment, which is what WWE stands for. Like, that's what the abbreviation stands for. So, World Wrestling Entertainment, they can't say that, and they also can't refer to WWE as the WWE. They can't say the WWE. We're happy to have the WWE here in Tampa to do WrestleMania. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say the in front of WWE for some odd reason. And all this is coming straight from Vince. You know he doesn't like this. He's very weird. And if you were going to say a phrase like, I'm glad we were able to work out a deal with WWE so they could have here. I've always been a fan of wrestling, and I'm glad to... You can't say that. You have to say, I've always been a fan of sports entertainment, and I'm glad... Oh, okay, so those were the banned words. It's just some of it's really stupid. Actually, all of it's really stupid, but that's just how Vince is. He just doesn't want certain words being said anymore, even if they used to be said in actually, the company he owns, but he doesn't want it said anymore, so you have to do what the boss says, so there's that. But anyway, guys, that is actually the only news story I have to talk to you guys about, and now we're gonna jump into some juicy rumors. Okay, the first rumor is about the phenomenal one, Mr. AJ Styles. He actually hasn't signed a new contract yet. We haven't talked about that in a while. It feels like a few months ago, in every episode I was talking, hey, AJ, he hasn't signed a new contract. He hasn't signed a new contract. He hasn't signed a new contract. No one knows what's going on. It's not about money. It's not about blah, 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 blah. You guys have heard it before. I just want to give an update on that. I'm pretty sure most people watching this have been watching the news episodes here for a while, so they know what I'm talking about. Just, there's no update on it. AJ hasn't signed a new contract, so... hopefully they come up with a new contract here soon that he agrees to, or AJ will no longer be in the WWE. So the next rumor, this one's pretty much confirmed. So Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they have been signed to the WWE here for actually a little bit, and they haven't really done too much with them. Sure, they had they were in the title picture there for a little while, and they were champions or whatever, but it wasn't anything too phenomenal, especially here recently. And basically, they have decided not to re-sign their contracts. So their contracts are going to be up in September, and they already told Vince, I guess, we're not re-signing, we're just not happy here, we're going somewhere else. So basically, Vince has been told that, and they're not going to be re-signing. So Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they're going to be out of the WWE in September, and I'm imagining they're either going to AEW or back to New Japan or something. But we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is about WrestleMania 35. So basically, WrestleMania 35 is going to be long as hell, and that's not a surprise to anyone. Because WrestleMania, just these past few years, it's been getting longer and longer and longer and longer, to the point where it's oh my god, I love wrestling with all my heart, and I'm obsessed with wrestling, but I freaking cannot handle sitting here for this long. So WrestleMania 35. There's actually supposed to be, this is a rumor, so I don't know if it's going to be true or not. There could be more, there could be less, but the rumor is, at WrestleMania 35, there is going to be 16 matches. You're hearing me right, 16 matches at WrestleMania. I mean, again, it's WrestleMania or whatever, but I mean, it's just kind of a little bit ridiculous here in the past few years, and they're planning for 16 matches this year, so they better be getting to announcing a lot of them, but yeah, that's just crazy. All right, the next rumor is about The Undertaker. So The Undertaker, basically, he's been telling everyone he's retired, and he's been doing stuff outside of the WWE. He's been doing like non-approved WWE signings and stuff. And as I've been telling you guys for a while now, Vince has been like trying to get a contact with Undertaker and trying to like somehow convince him to be at WrestleMania and have a match at WrestleMania and stuff like that. Well, I have an update for you guys, and the update is they've kind of like met in the middle here. Undertaker is retired. Undertaker, I don't think he's really too sure. I mean, he just wants to take some time off, I think, or whatever. But basically, they've came to an agreement where Undertaker, he is actually going to be at WrestleMania 35, but it doesn't look like he'll be wrestling. But he will make an appearance on the actual show, so I don't know what he's going to be doing. But like I said, these are rumors, so these could be true, these could not be true. So if this doesn't happen, don't come after me. But Vince has just been trying to convince him any way he can to be at WrestleMania, and it looks like they've come up to some kind of agreement. It doesn't look like it's going to be a match, just some type of appearance. Not sure what he's going to do, not even sure if this is true, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the next news story. The next news story is about, I guess, the main event of WrestleMania 35. It's about the match for the Raw Women's Championship. So, we have the champion, the new heel Ronda Rousey. She's going to call herself the new Ronda Rousey, like Brian. Okay, anyway, we have Ronda Rousey, right? She's the champion. She's going to be taking on Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch in a triple threat match. So, who is going to be winning this match? We'll have to wait and see. Basically, I don't know who's going to be winning this. There's been rumors going around for like a while that Rousey's leaving WWE and she's going to be dropping the title at Mania, and probably Becky's going to be winning the title or whatever. But now, the rumor is saying it completely depends. It completely depends on what kind of agreement Ronda Rousey and WWE come up with. Apparently, they're like talking right now about what they're going to be doing and how long she can stay in the WWE or what she wants to do or whatever. And basically, this agreement, they don't even know who's winning the match yet. I just want to say that. And anyway, this agreement's going to basically make the decision for them. So, if Rousey is able to stay and wrestle for longer, then they're actually going to be keeping the title on Rousey. But, there is a big but, if Rousey needs time off, or if she's just done with wrestling, or if she's just exhausted or whatever, they're going to be dropping the title, and more than likely they're going to be putting it on Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair, but my vote is for Becky Lynch. But yeah, so it's entirely really up to Rousey, like the actual person, if she's going to be retaining the title or not. Because if she needs time off or whatever, she's going to be dropping the title. But I don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to have to, my catchphrase here, we're just going to have to wait and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I'll be talking about in this video is about WWE SmackDown moving to Fox this October. Okay, so this is going to be like the longest part of this video. I know there wasn't a whole lot of other things to talk about, but this is very interesting, and this is a very interesting subject to talk about. So, basically, as we all know, WWE, they are going to be moving to the network called Fox here in the US. It's like one of the like major networks, just like they own like all kinds of networks, and it's just like a big, huge deal. So basically, they signed this contract with Fox, and basically this contract's worth upwards of $1 billion. Like, that is ridiculous, and this is like the largest TV deal WWE has ever had. So basically, since Fox is paying them all of this money, right, they can basically tell the WWE to do something, and they basically are gonna do it. So there's been some like things they've told them to do, and that they've been trying out here recently. One of the things is do anything for ratings. We need the ratings up. We need, if you want to be on Fox, we have to have the ratings as high as they can possibly be. And another thing is Fox, they're talking about having other WWE shows. They'll actually like create new shows. So like you have Raw, SmackDown, and then there'll be actually maybe a few more, and it's just crazy. So like if they've talked, maybe we could put it on our other networks that we own and stuff like that. But anyway, the main thing I'm talking about right now is Fox has basically told the WWE, and this has just recently came out, that we want SmackDown, the show you're allowing us to put on our network, we want it to be different than what your current product is. Okay, we do not want this PG crap. And I know a lot of WWE fans, especially the old school fans, are going to agree here. So basically, what they're suggesting, and what WWE, I believe, are going to do, Raw is going to remain the PG, family-friendly kiddie show, okay? And then SmackDown, meanwhile, is going to be like the Attitude Era all over again. And I don't want to compare, because Attitude Era, as great as it is, it's never happening again. It's just not there. The wrestlers, the characters aren't there, and it's just not going to happen again. But something similar, okay? As far as like ratings. So basically, Fox. I'm just going to come out and say it. Like I'm not going to keep like just going around the subject here. Here's what Fox has told WWE. SmackDown, we don't want this PG crap. We want edgier content. We want non-PC stuff. We do not want the show to be politically correct. There's too much politically correctness here in the world. There's too much on your show. We don't want that crap. We want offensive stuff. We want like we want name calling with offensive terms. We want like edgier content. We want like stuff that you guys haven't done in years. We want this show to be like the best, and we want it in the news, for good things and bad things. We want, because there's no such thing as bad publicity, right? So they just want this thing to like kind of just change, and like I think it can be good, but I think it's gonna go bad really fast, especially with where they're saying we don't want the PC stuff. We want just to do non-politically correct stuff, which I agree. Like sometimes it can be a bit ridiculous, and yeah, it should go out the window sometimes. But at the same time, I don't know why, just wrestling fans seem to get offended by a lot of things, so they're not fun with that. But the thing is, no such thing as bad publicity, right? So if you get offended by SmackDown, you always got Raw to go back to, I guess. But it's just crazy what they're going to be doing. So I don't know what kind of stuff they're going to be doing. Apparently, Fox wants them to try this stuff out before they actually move over there, so here soon on SmackDown. Like, we have seen a few things in the WWE, but it hasn't just been, like, on SmackDown. But there's supposed to be a lot more edgier stuff coming, like, very, very soon. So I don't know what they're going to do. We're just going to have to wait and see. I really want you guys to comment down below and like start a discussion here. Like, what do you guys think are some things they could do, or what do you guys think of Fox wanting edgier stuff? And they actually use the term non-PC, like non-politically correct stuff. And if you don't know what that word means, basically it's just like proper things where you do like everything proper, like it won't offend anyone ever. And I mean, that's not necessarily the best thing, is to live, or not live, I don't want to say live, I want to say create your content in fear that you're not allowed to do certain creative things because you're afraid of offending someone. Like, that goes both ways. Sometimes that can be like, you know, to a point where it's like ridiculous and it's like unacceptable, and then there's a point where it's just like restricting and it's like, it's not really going to offend that, and it kind of like ruins the story if we don't do it or whatever. But I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. I'm just rambling at this point, guys. I'm going to end this video, but it's just very interesting. Fox is basically going to be changing the WWE for, I think, for the better. I don't think they're going to go too crazy, but just back to more towards the Attitude Era kind of stuff. Which, not all the stuff in the Attitude Era is going to fly now, because we all know there was some really messed up stuff back then. But at the same time, people watch it now and they're like, what the hell? And it gets a lot of views now. And that's kind of like a thing. Like, we can talk here on camera, or talk in general about, oh, that's so messed up, WWE shouldn't do that. But when they do these messed up things, look at the views they're getting. So what does that tell them? If they're just looking at ratings and they're not, like, they don't care about if they offend anyone, this looks like a very good decision. But I mean, I don't know. It looks like good on paper, but I don't know what's going to happen, what they're going to do. We are just going to have to wait and see. So there you guys have. That is this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. If you're on the channel, of course, make sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Before I end this video, of course, I have a partnership with SeatGeek now. SeatGeek is a ticketing website, and if you're going to WrestleMania, like, I know a lot of people are going to WrestleMania this year because it's the area that's in just like perfect area for everyone, but also kind of a nightmare to get tickets. But SeatGeek has some good prices, and you can get even a better price by using my code. It's just my last name, code Hodge. It saves you, I believe, 20 bucks at checkout, so use that. I believe you guys will enjoy that. But yeah, that's basically it. Of course, I have t-shirts and stuff, but I'm not going to promote every single little thing I have here, but info down in the description. But thanks for watching, and that's it. I will see you guys in the next video.